Lotoya Jean is an entrepreneur, author, ordained minister, philanthropist, and educator. She's passionate about helping women and youth build purposeful and profitable businesses and use their stories as building blocks for success. Lotoya empowers people of faith to transform their minds and money. She's a youth advocate and the founder and director of Dollars and Cents, a nonprofit for youth where she educates and empowers youth on financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and leadership.
Welcome, Lotoya. How are you?
I'm excited. I am happy. It's the first of the month, so I am indeed
Yes.
blessed to be here.
Awesome. So we are super happy to have you inside of the room. Before we get started, I just want to check in with our viewers that are on so far so that we can see where they are watching us from. So if you are here, just go ahead and drop in the chat for us and let us know where are you watching us from. Latoya, I know you're from the beautiful island of Jamaica, currently
Yes,
residing in the US. So we want to really, because I'm a Caribbean girl, we really want to
yes.
shout out to our Caribbean people. Those of you who are on, we are happy to have you here with us. I know sometimes it takes a while because of the delay for them to drop their messages in the chat, but as they come in, we'll be able to see it on the screen. And if you're
Okay.
now joining us, just tell us where you're logging in from because we are super happy to have you in the room. If you've been watching, then you heard that I have an amazing guest here tonight, and her name is Loyota Jean, and she is a financial freedom coach, and we're going to get talking about resilience. So Lotoya, welcome again into the room. How are you doing?
Thank you. My pleasure, Kamisha. The pleasure being here. Thank you for having me, gracing your platform.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you. So we're talking resilience, all right? And when we talk about resilience, what's your definition of resilience? What does that mean to you?
A resilient person is a person who has a strong go-getter mindset, a mindset that, let's guess what, no matter what comes our way, we're never giving up. And you may not, you mentioned in my intro, go-getter motivation. I'm the founder of that brand where we help people to think about that mindset where, guess what, doesn't matter what comes, we're going to get it. That's the mindset, the mentality. You have to be a strong person who continues to strive and make progress no matter what comes your way.
Awesome. I love it. So tell us about some of the things that you've had to be resilient in your life as you journey through. I mean, you are a financial freedom coach, and I know that cannot be easy. So tell us a little bit about how you've had to, put on that cap of resilience as you master yourself through it all.
Let me just say that overall, you said, how do I manage, right? Even to the
Yes.
point now where I'm working with people with their finances. It's never easy. I actually found myself given this role. It's actually a mandate. It's actually a kingdom assignment because I'm someone who was financially broken before, broke and broken. Because if you're broken mentally, it will actually result in your pocket and your bank account because everything about even our minds or what we do with our money comes from our mindset. And as I'm someone who struggled with that mentality where, guess what, I'm not good enough. I work all the money. I had a good job. I had a good paying job, but it doesn't matter how much money I worked, I could never have enough. So, for coming from financial failure, making a lot of money mistakes, I realized that there's something that is inside of me that allowed me to keep going. And that is the reason why even today I am able now to not only work on my own finances because it's a daily thing, it's a continuous thing. And that's where a resilient woman would come in. We are continuously going, no matter what comes on our way. I'm now able to help other people. So I help women and children dream big regardless of their bank accounts. I'm from the island, and you did mention Jamaica, where we grew up with not much, but a humble life. And I just never had it. Grew up with a single mom. I decided, I guess what happened, I'm not going to live a defeated life. I'm not going to live a life that I'm only going to be here, trying to survive, because I know that the creator who created me told me that he gave me dominion to have more than enough. So, even today, I am able to help other people, not only with my gift, but because my gift has allowed me to, to make the room for me, to make the money, I'm able to be a blessing to other people.
That's it right there. That's it right there. I love what you said. You're giving back, and through it all, you have a major why. And it's mainly because you know that it's not easy to work from paycheck to paycheck. And I know our viewers right now, they can definitely relate, right? That
Mhm.
struggle of having more month than money, and the money is just not stretching. Wow, that's just amazing. So tell us a little bit more then about what you do. You talked a bit about, you mentioned it earlier, your brand, you go getter mindset. Talk a little bit more about that for us, for those persons who are watching and they're a bit intrigued and they're like, this sounds interesting, maybe I need a coach in this area.
Okay. Go Getter Motivation brand started 7 years ago. And it's something good when you talk about seven. We're at a place of completion. I started out Go Getter Motivation brand just being a motivational brand. What I want when I started Go Getter Motivation brand, I just heard the idea Go Getter, and it came to my mind. God deposited this in my spirit. I just want you to motivate other women to know that, hey, guess what? Your past doesn't determine your destiny. Your mistakes doesn't determine your destiny. And I would get up and I just put out quotes. I just share. And then there's, after continuously going on like 3-4 years ago, the whole mandate and the idea changed from the brand. It's not just about motivation, but hey, Latoya, and people now need to move from beyond motivation. So now here we come on with transformational coaching. So where we help people to change how they think about money. I teach people how to master their minds and their money, because once you can get to the place where you control your thought process, your emotions, how you think and feel about money, then you'll be able to control your money better. And as you said before, sometimes we work, we earn that money, and we're just trying to string it paycheck to paycheck every month. And we have to understand that until we get to a place where we are comfortable with our finances, where we know, we have created our financial plan, we have goals, then we can work our way to a place where we are comfortable, and now we are able to build wealth. And that whatever wealth that you build is not for you only. We are here to build wealth, to create wealth, and then also to transfer that wealth to our next generation, but to also help to build the kingdom of God. So whenever you're coming, whatever I'm doing coaching, whatever my trainings, my material, my workshop, it's all about teaching people how to be better masters of their mind and money, to be the one who controls the money, not to be a slave to your debt or your finances, because that's not God's idea for any of us.
Well said. Well said. And I have to ask this question, what are some of these things in your line of work that you have found are some of the reasons why persons get blocked? Because I know for me, especially Black and being Caribbean, you're like, I don't want anybody in my business about my finances. So you're struggling and you're still not asking for help because you feel like if I tell them that I don't have, they're gonna look at me this way. And most times I find, especially with women, we're like, no, we'll make do. We'll have $10 and we'll let it spread. So, what are some of these things that you have found as you would coach women that block women from being able to come forward and say, you know what, I need help in this area?
One of the biggest thing, Kamisha, that's such a great question. As women, we tend to cover, the things that we are going through. We tend to try to hide and fake our feelings and our emotions. And as we're speaking about resilient women, remember, all of us at some point in our life, we are going to go through some form of struggle. We're going to have some form of hardship. I believe that all my financial hardships and my struggles was just a way for God to show me that, hey, Latoya, this is where I need you to be. I need you to show these people that, listen, you didn't grow up in any riches. You didn't grow up in wealth. You didn't grow up with money, but you have been through some stuff. And I want you to use your own experiences to teach and empower other people. The first thing I'll say to this question is that we don't believe that we are worthy. We don't believe that we are capable of wealth, especially as Caribbean Black women. We don't believe that it's okay to have money, because guess what? We have come from a place where they don't even talk about money, because if you grow up in the island, you're from the Caribbean, you're from Africa, wherever you are, and you grow up in a family member, family household where money was never a topic. You never discussed that at the table. God forbid, maybe you didn't have a table. We didn't sit down at the back of our verandas and talk about money. It's just that grandmother or mommy was trying to stretch every dollar to buy food, to make sure that we have shelter over our head, and we were just getting by. So now we get to a place where we are adults, and we are struggling financially, we are buried in debt, but guess what happened? We are afraid to reach out. It is okay to ask for help, not just your friends, because sometimes you reach out to your friends and maybe they have spoken into your life and tell you that your situation is never going to change, then you're always going to remain the same. But you need to find people who have been through some of these things, and people who can speak life into you. And because we already feel that we are not worthy of wealth, right, we hide our feelings, we feel limited, we allow people's opinion to dictate our future, right? And then you have this example you hear them talk about all the time. We try to keep up with the Joneses. We're trying to keep up with our neighbors, with our friends, because they look like they have something good going on. And so we try to pattern this lifestyle. We want to be like them. But how do you know the type of life they live? Do these people go to their bed comfortable at night? Are they sleeping well? You don't know the amount of debt that that is under, over their heads. And so we want to be like people, but why not be about yourself? And that's something that I always try to teach my students, that is, you don't have to try to be like anybody else. Be like you. God created you unique for a purpose, and there's something on the inside of you that God wants to use. And he's saying, hey, listen, Kimisha, Lotoya, it doesn't matter all the mistakes you have made, whether personally, professionally, or financially, I still want to use you. There's still something with you. I want you to embody that belief that you are worthy. You can be desirous of wealth, and you can have wealth. Because until you have that desire that I can become wealthy, it will never happen. Until you have that desire that I can become debt-free, it will never happen. You have to first believe it. You have to first see it and then embody that belief, and then you work your way to it.
That's it right there. Belief, belief, belief. If you're watching right now, you just joined us. We are chatting here with Loyota Jean. She is a financial freedom coach, and she is dropping the gems. So make sure that you stay glued to this screen, because I don't want you to miss anything at all. So Lotoya, you made a post, I think it was today, or yes, today it was, you made it. And you said that you can't be poor and humbled. You said when you are poor, you have to be more than humble. You have to be faithful and strategic. I want you to elaborate a bit more on that comment.
Sure. That's a very powerful one, And I always tell my assistant today, I said, do you know that sometimes, most of the times when I make a post, the Holy Spirit has deposited something in my spirit, because as poor people, and if you grew up poor, you probably live in an environment where you believe that you are poor and you cannot get out of it. We tend to say that, or people tell you that, hey, be humble. But let me say this, if you are poor and you want to rise out of your situation, being humble is never going to help it. You can't just sit and say, someone is going to come and help me. I'm thinking about the government. Maybe my rich aunt, maybe come, send me some money to help me. But you have to work on that go-getter mentality. Let me get in here with go-getter. You have to have that mindset where I need to change my future. I need to first change my circumstances. What is it about my life right now that I can change? And then this is where you become strategic. Now I realize that I'm living in a very poor condition. I realize that I'm covered in debt. I realize that my financial situation is just not right. I need to find a way how to change this. And when you begin to view or look at where you are, your mind will now begin to think, and you begin to create, because we're all creative beings. But guess what happened? Because we are so bombarded with financial worries, we do not give ourselves the time to create anything. You're so worried about the bill to be paid, all the debt that I have, the student loans I have, everything is on you right now. So there's no form of creativity come in. But if you allow yourself to just be in a place where you be still, Bible says, be still, be still. Be still for a moment and think about it. Okay, this is where I'm at financially. What can I do to change my financial situation? Then you'll begin to get deposits. You will begin to say, hey, you know what? I've been a good cook for how long? Maybe I can start cooking meals from my house and selling it. You know, maybe I have an extra bedroom on my house. I can rent it because we all have money somewhere. Most of us keep our money in our minds. Most of us keep it in our head. Sometimes we can't uncover it because we are bombarded with a lot of things. But if you give yourself time to think and be creative, you'll be surprised at how much strategic ideas that will come from you. And this is where most of the times I get my business ideas. Sometimes I have to beg in the Holy Spirit, it's too much. But God knows that anything that He gives me, once He deposit it in my mind, I'm going to bring it to life. I'm going to bring it to life. And as a resilient woman, I'm just going to say this, that never be afraid to put your ideas to life. Never be afraid to dream, to bring your ideas to life, because it doesn't matter what happened. Don't even think that you're doing too much, because it is that the fact that you are creating and you're being creative and you're being strategic, God realized that He can use you. Now He begins to give you a lot of downloads. So you get a lot of things and you're like, okay, I can start this podcast. I can do this blog. I can create this TV show, radio show. I can have this workshop. I can have this conference, because now you are using what He has given you. You're being creative. You're using that power and that dominion that He has placed on inside you to be creative. And that's just where it just all blooms from.
Wow. I told y'all it was going to be good. I told y'all. So, as I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, I just started to think about that individual who might be watching us here tonight, and they're hearing all of this information, very great information, really good, that we can really, very useful. And they may be thinking, I connect with it, it's good, but that's not really me because my finances are under control. I don't have a challenge. I'm not poor. I'm not struggling. So, what would be one of those questions? And I like to term it as the assessment question, to get persons thinking. If you had to answer a question which would cause an individual to think, to be able to reflect and recognize, maybe I do need financial coaching, because it doesn't matter what level you are at. We know everybody needs help financially, and nothing is wrong with that. That's not being, you don't have to feel embarrassed about it, or you don't have to feel shame about it. What would you say is that one question that you would ask to that viewer right now who is watching, that will cause them to think and reflect and do some introspection to see if they need that financial coaching right now? All right, if you guys are now joining us, then you are totally enjoying what was happening. We are having a discussion right now, and we are talking about a woman of resilience. We have our guest speaker here tonight. Her name is Loyota Jean, and she's on to share with us about a woman of resilience. She's talking to us tonight about how she had to be resilient in building her business, becoming a financial freedom coach. And she's also sharing some really great nuggets with us. If you've now joined the live, I want you to go ahead and just drop in the chat and let us know, where are you watching from? I want to hear from you right now. I want to hear where you're watching from. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. I know we have Sherry. She's here with us, and she is watching from beautiful Barbados. And then we have Patricia. She's also watching us from Jamaica, is in the house. And I see CA. Is that for Canada? Tell me, is that for Canada? If that's for Canada, we're shouting out Canada too as well. We are happy to have you here with us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So, in the meantime, as you are here, I want to share something with you. We're about to take just a few moments of a break. We're breaking now for an ad. So stay with us and we'll be right back.
Queen's Mindset, under battered, bruised, not broken, presents the annual Ladies Buffet Brunch. June 24th, we head on over to the Hilton Resort from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for this grand occasion. It's an event designed to empower women from all walks of life. Early bird tickets, $175. Regular tickets, $200. And once you're a member, your tickets go at $175. Dress code is pajama wear. Your speakers include Vicky Otorina, Marcia Hennis, Nicole Kenwood Brown, and Natalie Murray. All hosted by Kimisha King.
That's right. So you heard it right here. We are planning for our upcoming event, which is happening June 24th at the Hilton Hotel right here in Barbados. Those of you who are joining us from Barbados, you are welcome. And even if you want to fly in, you can come. We have a seat there for you too as well. It's going to be fantastic. So, like I said, we're talking about a woman of resilience. And we know what it means to be resilient. You know, the definition, if I had to give a definition right now of resilience, I would say it's that in resilience is the thing that you go beyond the original or beyond the everyday thing that you know. So you're not just taking a no for an answer. You are pushing beyond the grain. You are pressing in. So if someone says no, you're pursuing something that you want and you keep getting shut down time after time. Maybe you are doing your studies right now, and every time you try to get this test right to pass this exam, you are having challenges after challenges after challenges. It means that you just need to change your strategy. So you're willing to change the strategy, you're willing to change the path, the trail, you're willing to do whatever it takes. So when I think about the word resilience, it means going beyond the obvious move and not settling for less. You're pushing beyond the mark. And that would be my definition of resilience. You know, I can share a story with you where I remembered when I was pursuing my studies and I wanted to study overseas and the funds were not there. I had to sign up for a scholarship. And it was no guarantee that I would get this scholarship. There was none, no guarantee at all, because I was not only competing with my fellow Barbadians, but I was also competing with the Caribbean. And the money was small. You know, coming from CARICOM, everybody wants to get an opportunity to travel, of course. But I did not give up. I continued to push past because I knew that my dream and my vision meant something to me, and I was not going to take a no for an answer. So when I actually signed up, and there were some errors that were made for that application, that was my moment to say, you know what, maybe this is not for me. But I didn't say that. I said, you know, maybe I need a different strategy. Maybe I need to, you know, if I'm not going to get the scholarship for a year, then I'll get the scholarship for one semester, and the other semester, then I need to find the money to pay for that, because I was so sure that I was going to be studying overseas. So I continue to pursue that. I sell snacks, I sell sucker bubbies. We have this thing in Barbados called sucker bubbies. I'm not sure if it's throughout the Caribbean too as well. But in Barbados, we have something called sucker bubbies. It's like a Kool-Aid, and I sold those. I sold popcorn. I sold ice cream. Anything that I could sell, I would sell. And then when I got to the opportunity, waiting now for to be accepted, I didn't hear back from them. And I didn't stop there. I continued to press and press and press. At the end of it all, when I arrived at that school in Canada, which is called Queen's University, when I got there, the individual who was assisting me, I can't remember her title, but I think she was the student's administrative assistant, and she was assisting me. When she saw me coming down those steps, she was, when I introduced myself and I told her, you know, this is Kamisha, we've been talking, she was shocked, because she thought with everything that I would have been through, that I should not have been there. I literally bought my ticket 2 days before. Why? Because I was not giving up. I didn't get a student permit. Nobody said yes, I could enter for that length of time, but I trusted God. I had the faith. I did what it took. I had people who said no to me many times. When I pick up the phone and I call individuals, they said no, they are not interested. They cannot sponsor me at this time. I didn't have a vehicle at that time, so I had to do a lot of stuff by feet. And if you're in the Caribbean, then you know it's really hot over here. So I had to walk all the way to collect stuff. I would go, I would knock, and I would sit there. So many people said no. There were individuals who were close to me who looked down on me and thought that I was insane and I needed to give up. I hosted a concert, and at that concert, when I hosted that concert, the only individuals who turned up for that concert was the performers and the volunteers, persons who were assisting me. Nobody else showed up. Nobody else showed up there for me. nobody else. And I just had to continue pressing because I was so certain that I was not going to give up. I continued to press. And like I said, I arrived just in time. I bought my ticket 2 days before. It cost me 2,800 Barbados dollars. I didn't have all the money for housing, but I was trusting God. I was trusting my vision, trusting my dream, and I was believing. And guess what happened? At the end of it all, I was able to achieve that scholarship. I got the full scholarship, not part, but the full scholarship. And I got everything that I needed. And it was one of the best years ever in my life. I did amazing things that I could only begin to imagine. I had such a grand time. So why am I sharing that with you? Because in your life, you're going to have a test, because tests will always come, and tests come when it's time for promotion. You don't get, if you're in high school or secondary school, or if you're in college, in order for you to move on to the next level, there must be a test. So whenever you are faced with a test, don't be sad about it. Don't be downtrodden about it. See it as the open door. The test is coming because it's time for elevation. It's coming because you're getting ready to step into your next, but you have to pass the test. And that's where resilience come in. You need to put on your coat of resilience and ride that thing to the finish line and ensure that you continue to push despite what it looks like. If you're going in for your job now, if you're looking to purchase your home, you're waiting to get your mortgage, if you are looking to build your business, maybe you're sending out contracts and proposals and nothing seems as though it's happening, that does not mean that you stop, because you are building muscle. Resilience is building muscle. Look at anyone who goes to the gym. When they go to the gym, you don't stop on the first day because you start to feel muscle bum, what we call here, your muscles become sore. Your muscles are becoming sore because they're now becoming active. You weren't using them before. So the reason why the resilience is coming, the resistance is coming, is because you have never moved or done things like that to that extent before. So you have to feel something by it. Something has to happen so that you know that you are moving to the next phase and you're getting ready to enter to your next level. So I want to encourage you tonight, those of you who are here with us, continue to press, continue to push. Don't stop. No matter what it looks like, if you have that dream, if you have that vision, whatever it is that you are holding on to, it is possible. It is possible. And don't worry if somebody says it's never been done before. That's okay. It never happened because you never did it. You're the one who's supposed to do it so that it can become history in the making. So right now you are carrying history within you. So you're not going to abort. You're not going to miscarry. You're not going to have any problems with this. You're going to birth that thing on the inside of you because you were built for this. That's right. You were built for this. You have everything that it takes to get to the finish line. So don't you stop. Don't you look left. Don't you look right. I encourage you tonight to keep on pressing on, because you are about to win and it's going to be major. Is going to be major. So I really just want to encourage you guys tonight. Thank you once again for coming on. We have had an amazing time. Once again, our guest tonight was Loyota Jean. She is a financial freedom coach. If you want to check her out, you can go to her Facebook page and you will see everything that she's doing there. She has the go-getter motivation. You want to be a part of that. I mean, she is phenomenal. She is really good at what she does. Believe me, she really is. You want to check her out, send her a message. I'm sure she's going to respond. Be a part of the upcoming courses that she has and get the information. Do not wallow in silence because you've never did it before. Don't get scared. Do not allow fear to steal your life and purpose from you. Don't do it. Make that step, go forward and say yes. Just say yes. You don't need to know all the answers right now. Say yes. The resources will come. The time will come. Everything that you need, it will line up. But you need to say yes first. Jump. And it's going to happen for you. Now, also, Loyota Jean is one of our cover girls from our upcoming magazine. You're going to see that coming out on the 14th of May. So look out for that too as well. She's one of our cover girls there. And we're talking about resilience. We're highlighting mothers of resilience, mothers who have really done great, phenomenal things. We're looking at mothers in ministry. We're looking at mothers in business, mothers who are entrepreneurs, mothers who are in the C-suite executive, mothers who are leaders, mothers just who are doing phenomenal things. So if you've never heard about us before tonight, I want you to go to Queen's Mindset. That's www.queensmindset.net. That's our website. Click there. You'll find out all the information about us. If you want to grab some more information, you can go to our Instagram, and that's at Queen's Mindset. Check us out on our YouTube page as well when you're finished with this live. Again, you'll find all the information that you need there. And if you have a question or anything that you would like to add, you can feel free to send me an email at queensmindset.qm@gmail.com. I will be more than happy to hear from you, and we can chat some more. So I really want to thank you for being here. I'm going to end with sharing with you. We had one more ad to play for you, and I'm excited about this one because these are our partners. We have partnered with Brighton Stokes from Barbados with their Glow Rewards loyalty program, and they're able to offer their special rewards to every individual that signs up for our upcoming Ladies Buffet Brunch, which is happening on June 24th at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Hilton, Barbados. So if you are still here, I want you to go ahead and take a look at this. I don't want you to miss out. And remember, you can grab your tickets from online. All you need to do is go directly to our website and click the link, and we'll see you on the inside. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure being your host, and I look forward to seeing you on our next episode of I Am Woman right here on Queen's Mindset YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to glow! Introducing the Glow Rewards Loyalty Card. With your free Glow Rewards Loyalty Card, you'll get access to discounts on leading beauty brands like Cetaphil, BioBalance, Palmer's, Cream of Nature, Cantu, and Tree Hut. You also get free delivery right to your door. Sign up today. For more details, visit us on Instagram at Brighton Stokes Glow Rewards or call 467-2222. The glow up is real. Sign up today for your Glow Rewards Loyalty Card and get ready to glow!